What about other fetish bits?
We'll allow that. Yeah. Mostly fog bit.
Can I ask a question? Because do you do that when you do the fog bit? Do you ask about other weird fetishes?
Yeah.
What's the weirdest fetish?
The weirdest fetish I've got on the tour? Yeah. My favourite one, it's probably not the weirdest, but I probably is though. Someone was just like, kebabs. I was like, what?
Kebabs.
And I was like, what do you mean, like a fetish to eating kebabs? He goes, no. And then he explained it. It's this experience that you can pay for that's similar to like an escape room or a break room, right? Yeah. Where you pay like $100 and you go into a place and you lay on a big human-sized piece of pita bread and someone stands over you on a ladder and douses you in lettuce, cheese, lamb. Wow. You can do mixed, whatever you want. You can pick, right? And then they roll you up into a kebab. Like they roll you up for you and then you become a kebab. The kebab or the burrito.
But what happens then? Do you just sit there going, yep, I'm a kebab, this is great.
That's the thing. That's what just like, I'm a kebab. And then what?
And is that when you come?
Well, that's
so a lot of these fetishes, I don't understand that stuff like that.
A lot of them is
the
just
climax. I don't get
but
that.
But imagine if you could finish right. You just like slowly tugging one out. Imagine the cleanup. Because you know when you have like
it's like a garlic aioli.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Imagine, right? You know, like when you have like a real sad wank.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, what have I done? Like you watch something horrible and you're like going to the toilet and you feel like shit. You're like, Jesus, I'm the fucking devil, right?
Yeah.
Imagine that, but you're covered in lettuce.
It'd be terrible.
You have to
kebab mate would be even worse. Like just
that'd be you're covered in garlic sauce.
You know,
you flick a bit of chili off your foot.
That post-nut clarity would hit hard if you were wrapped in a pita.
But then imagine being like, I'll see you next week. Like that's crazy.
Yeah.
That one's probably the weirdest one. There's a few ones like spider. You get the same ones a lot. Like people always yell out the balloon one. I get it almost every show.
I worked in a kitchen with a guy that had an armpit fetish.
That's weird.
I've heard about that. Yeah.
I think he actually used to like brag about how his wife would let him, like she couldn't close her arm, and he'd
have sex with her armpit.
He'd have sex with her armpit.
Man, that's like super easy for her.
Top 3 least unattractive parts of the body.
It's a weird one, isn't it?
No, I don't think so. I think
armpit, then the jiggly bit under your arm.
Like imagine a world where like
mums everywhere hate you.
Imagine if the world
now just with that, like you just pissed off mums across the world.
Yeah.
Well, my little jiggly bit.
I'm just saying, it's just it is.
Yeah, the fadubada.
What did you call it?
That's what my mum calls it.
It's the old generation's nickname for the wobbly bit
little jiggly
underneath
bit.
the arm. Yeah,
I just think it's funny that everyone has that little jiggly bit, and it's just like, oh, it's so weird. It's just a cool human thing. We'll get that little jiggly
really?
Bit.
It's cool now because I remember you saying it's one of the top 3 most unattractive things ever.
Fucking disgusting. But it's cool. A bit of fun.
Yeah, a bit of fadubada.
Imagine like if
motorboating.
Imagine if the world was just completely revolved around that armpits were the most attractive part of the human body.
The armpit is pretty common for women. It's more the smell though. Like I see on TikTok all the time, like women talking about like smelling, like their man comes home from work and they smell.
Like a girl scratches her head, everyone's like, oh, fucking stop flashing. Oh my God.
Pits out for the boys.
Dude, those chicks must
She's like walk past, like, you know, a bachelorette party comes past, she sticks her armpit out of the limo. Woo! And then she just like goes back.
Women who are into armpits must love taking photos with me after shows because they fit quite nicely under there.
Yeah. Everyone else is like a perfect
I thought I heard a few
arm
sniffs after Brisbane. Hey, did you enjoy the show?
Yeah, it was sick.
Yeah, dude, people say fucked ones all the time. Like some things that you don't even realize, like that one last night, gravel.
Yeah,
it's like what
weird.
even is, you can't even begin to understand what's going through someone's brain when they go like, nah, man, gravel does it for me.
The foot one I think is the most interesting because it's just basically your sex, the part of your brain is really close to a part of your brain associated with feet. So it's just a little wire cross there. If they're a little bit too close, you're like sex and foot, same thing.
Right.
So I think a lot of the fetish stuff is just something in the brain gets a little bit mixed up. And for whatever reason, you're like, rocks, fuck yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand it, but it's cool though. I think it's cool that everyone like.
It's nice that everyone has their own thing.
Yeah,
it'd be definitely something in the like formative years.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. In your early childhood, that happens to your brain or inexperience that you go through.
Yeah,
like I'm not sure at what point you get a gravel fetish out of that. Maybe you just